welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie. Hope you're doing good, feeling well. This is going to be a bit of a long one. It is a therapy session. I'm only doing one session, so I hope this hits home with a lot of people. I have a lot of decks, and I'm going to just dig right into it and see where this goes. So let me get organized. I'm going to do this in part 1, part 2. So let me get part 1 going. And while I do that, I always bump my gums. So if you want to fast forward until the reading starts, I can't promise I'll remember to timestamp today. It's been a long day. But yeah, so I said goodbye to a lot of good friends, and they were ripping on my sweater. I guess it was all sad and awkward, so my sweater was the icebreaker. My friend's husband's like, I get out of the car and I'm coming over. I'm like, you guys, it's so sad. I was driving over here and he looked at me and he's like, did you just get off the magic school bus? Did you have science class today? I was like, are you referring to Miss Fizzle? Or Frizzle, or whatever it was, because I love her. And he's like, no, that's not a compliment. And then my friend's like, Mary Poppins called that she wants her trunks back. Apparently they got stolen at the airport, and you fit the description of what she was last seen wearing. I was dying. They were just I'm all right, you got 10 minutes. I like it. It's got critters on it. Bears and foxes and ducks. What's wrong with my sweater? Leave me alone. They're like, you dress like you're 7. No, I don't. I do, kind of. That's fine. You know what? Shut up. I like it. And I think I look cute. I like critters. Bears don't really like me that much. I don't really try to cuddle them. The last time I saw one, I peed on my dad. Granted, I was a kid, a little kid. I was just turned 4, so I was basically 3. We were camping in the middle of the night, and us stupid kids left the damn Oreos outside because we snuck them when we weren't supposed to. So the bears came. So my dad was carrying each kid to the car one at a time, trying not to piss off the bear. And I was the last one because I was in the back of the tent. And so my dad grabbed me, and I just happened to wake up, and I was like, and my dad's like, don't scream, don't scream. I remember that, so I didn't, but I just started peeing. My dad's like, what can you do? I was little, and I was terrified. I was this big, and he's like, it's okay, it's not gonna eat you, just get in the van. I was like, he's gonna eat me, Dad. That's all I remember. I was like, he's gonna eat me. I was so scared, but I peed. That's scary. And I did just I was asleep, and I woke up on my dad's shoulder the worst one to see, the youngest one too, the one you don't want to scream. It's I was so fragilely carrying you so that you didn't wake up, so that you didn't scream, so that we didn't die from a bear attack. And you just pop your eyes open, and my whole heart was oh God, this is it. It's the end of my life. It's well, you were good. You didn't scream. You peed on me, though. It was repellent because the bear left. Thank you. Doesn't like pee, apparently. I saved the day with my bladder. You're welcome, Dad. That's why I'm his favorite. I said that, siblings. I am the favorite, God damn it. I will take that to the grave. I'm probably not. He probably tells us over. Whatever. I'm the baby girl, at least. Dads and their baby girls, Oh, look out. My dad will kill you for me. Well, maybe. He'll be like, what the fuck did you do? Wait. What did she say? What did she do? Okay. Don't kill her. Or, you're on your own, kid. You're a fucking mouth. I told you. No, my dad wouldn't do that. I'm extra today. I'm just sad. My humor naturally kicks in. I don't have any friends now. My friends that I do stuff with, half are going to New York City, which is 6 hours now because my detour got cut off. And the other ones are going to Michigan. Boo. Fat, big, fat boo. That's what I said when they were moving. I love you, but I don't like this idea. No, I reject it. They started laughing. I love you. I wish you all the best, and I'm happy for you, but no, I don't like it. I don't like change. How dare you become close to me and then leave, you little butthole. You're cute and I love you, but you're a butthole! That's my anger about my friends leaving. I'm hugging them, but at the same time, you're mean for this butthole because now I'm going to miss you. They're like, we're going to miss you too, Miss Frizzle. Couldn't decide what it was. Whatever. At least their last memory of me will be funny. I really thought this sweater was cool. I thought I was going to show up and be like, oh my god, that's cool. Where'd you get that sweater? I was all excited to be like, guys, I found this. It's legit retro. This came out 1991, bro. Nobody cared. Everybody thought it was stupid. I still don't give a shit. I'm wearing it again. Oh, fuck my life. Where am I going to put all these cards? I am going to do this deck and one more, and then we'll get into it. It's going to be a lot of talking, so if you want to, get a snack or drink, smoke it, now is the time. I will just be here bumping my fucking gums because I don't know when to shut up. Well, I got stood up again. I don't get it at all. Set up the date. Talked last night. Good night. This morning he's like, can't wait for our date. And an hour or two before the date, he's like, I can't make it. I don't think this is a match. First of all, I didn't say anything about matches. I just said, do you want to meet in person? I didn't ask you to marry me, you fucking weirdos. I didn't say that to him, but I was like, it's coffee. Jesus. What the fuck? Okay. I just feel like it's the universe nope, not that one, but okay, I'm not fighting it. It's just annoying. It's I already picked out an outfit. You know how girls roll. That's so rude. If it's for work or something happens, okay. But don't tell me you're excited in the morning and then be like, I can't do it. What? And you say women are confusing that we change our mind. Excuse me? I need to move. There's no honorable dudes. Manners. Etiquette. Shit. I just want to be that's so rude. You are being so fucking rude. And they don't even get it. You don't even see that you're being rude. This is so frustrating. I just don't say anything. Why am I here? What the fuck? Beat me up, Scotty. Hello? Alright, let's get into this. I'm going to pause and get a drink so I don't have cotton mouth through this stuff. I'm about to talk a lot. Get comfy, get cozy, and I'll see you in a second. Go pee, too, because I tell you, this might be a full hour on the couch. I'm at a timestamp. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, let's start with self-advice. You know, I like to throw that in first. Since this whole thing is self-advice, I guess, you know, it doesn't really matter if I do this at the beginning. We have Galactic Grandmother and the hero of your cosmic journey. Wanted, universe creators. Like, I'm getting, for this one, I'm getting, like, wise woman energy. You don't have to be a woman. I'm saying, embracing what a wise woman was in the native culture. It was somebody who had been around for a long time. They had lived many seasons. They knew how to grow things. They knew how to hunt. They knew how to fish. They knew how to make medicine. And their whole job was to turn around and teach the next generation and guide the next generation so that, oh my God, hiccups, so that the tribe would continue to live and flourish and grow. And that was how, you know, they didn't have libraries, they didn't have books, they didn't have, you know, the cloud to put all their information. Everything was passed word of mouth. So this could be, one, a lot of gossip in your life. People could be expressing that they see you have elevated into this wise person, that you've really overcome, or that you just have natural, really solid advice, or you could be learning a lot of lessons at this time. But since this is reflection of what you need to know about yourself, I feel like they're asking you to be that person who is the wise woman that, you know, looks at the younger generation like, all right, I've made that mistake. I've already done that mistake. And if I can help that younger person from making that mistake, then I need to do that. I need to spare them or help them from a curve that I didn't know of, or I didn't have guidance there. This is like taking people under your wing. If this is about career, this would be like, maybe this time is about you giving back in that way, and really looking to the younger generation to, I don't know, like, think about what our job as parents, right? When we have kids, our job as parents is to make their life better by at least 50% than we had. It doesn't have to be materialistic things. It's just like teach them better stuff, make them smarter, make them, you know, more evolved in some way by 50%. At least that's the goal. We don't always hit that. But I feel like in the career space, that's also true. When you become close to retirement, or you just have been in like 10 years, or, you know, you've been around the block for a while, and you got these new people under you that are rookies, and they're trying to make it, and they're hungry, and it reminds you of yourself. I feel like these are the people that you should be helping in this time. I feel like it's going to help bring this sense of, I've really come a long way. Like, not only do I feel like you've made it in some way, like as far as career or craft or something you love, but it's like you love to see the next generation. It's like when you grow up and you become a parent, you look at, like, before you're a parent, you look at, well, some people look at children like annoying pests, you know, rambunctious, they're loud, they're in the way, like, oh, I don't want kids, I don't want the responsibility. Then you have kids and something happens to you, and you're like, oh, and you look at the world differently. You look at children and younger people, and, you know, that's somebody's kid, you know, they're young, and like your whole perspective of life changes. And I feel like this could be happening in your career sense and in your life. Like, oh, this is what it's all about. Like, oh, I really do like preparing for the future. I think you're realizing that not only is it important in the career space to make your mark in your career, but it's important to really hold the hand and guide the future. They're going to remember you. And when they're your age, they're going to look to the next generation and they're going to remember you and how you treated them. And they're going to reach out, and that's how you pay it forward. That's kind of what the meaning of life really is for all of us. It's about making it better for the next. Making it better for the younger, making it better for ourselves and our peers. We're here to make things better. We're not here to just exist in a constant state of mediocre or failing repeatedly. This is about rising above and seeing the big picture in all aspects of your life. The hero of your cosmic journey, I feel like this is that energy of sword energy. To me is a lot of air energy in your mind. You could be battling your own mind about self-worth, about what you feel like your purpose is. You could be having a spiritual awakening. I just feel like you're questioning life and really trying to make really big decisions at this time. There goes my throat chakra again, closing. So communication is probably difficult for you to express these feelings. Wanted, again, that energy of maybe you are seeking out like recruiting for your field, or this could be like the universe is calling on you to be that mentor. Either you're out here looking for new talent, looking for new prospects for your field, or you're being called to step up to the people around you that you can help. Or perhaps both. Let's get some crystal energy. Earth, abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. To me, again, that acorn of that knowledge of seeing what life really is all about. I think you really are embracing this mentorship, and I feel like that's really beautiful energy. Some of you might be having a baby soon with this fertility. Or perhaps you already are a parent, because I've been feeling this energy since the beginning of your reading of my whole life has changed. Like the way I'm seeing things, the next generation in your career, the next generation of kids, like everything is so different. I think you want more kids. I don't know if I'm feeling like an addictive energy of a parent. Like you kind of fell in love with the whole process of you and a partner and like having a kid, or the idea of it. You could be in fantasizing maybe perhaps about having your own family. You could be daydreaming a lot about that, and Spirit might be wanting to talk to you about relationship stuff. Some of you might be in a relationship struggling with fertility issues. We could be talking about that as well. But Earth really talks about grounding and getting ourselves focused and centered and balanced, and just that there's this overall energy to just be still a minute and just so maybe all collectively just take a deep breath in. Nice and light, doesn't have to be deep, and just let it out when you're ready. And do that like 3 times if you need to. But I'm going to keep talking because I have a lot to tell you, but I want you to keep breathing just because I'm not. Don't take that as like, listen and breathe. Okay, love you. Clear quartz. Oh, so you're getting clarity, or you're really, your mind is on point. Like maybe you have made decisions. You could have been coming out of this phase of not really knowing what to do, what's right for you, where do you want to go, like who am I, like a life crisis perhaps. But this, to me, clear quartz is like all that fog clearing away, and like almost like, aha, this is what it's all about. And I keep getting that energy. This is what it's all about. But clear quartz is also protective energy. You could be protecting something. You could be protecting your family. You could be protecting your work. You could be protecting your energy. I feel like we'll get more about that in the reading. Blue lace agate. Kindness, good communication, peaceful outcomes, love and marriage. So yeah, a lot of you are out here either fantasizing about a family with someone, and I feel like we're going to be talking about that. Why you're thinking about this person, why they seem to never be out of your mind for some of you. And for others of you, this is connections where I feel like having children was difficult. You could have children, new babies. I'm getting those energy of like brand new baby or a loss of a baby in some sense. Could be healing from that. Or this is a lot of you being single and really longing for that family or feeling alone in your relationship. So I'm getting a lot already. Let's try to narrow it down a bit. These are some cards I made a long time ago. They're channeled messages about life, just advice, sayings, stuff like that. You have to love what you do for your life to change. What do you love to do? So you could be questioning your career, or now instead of just doing things for specific reactions or for money, you're doing it because you want to do. You said that all weird. Because you want to, or because you're pulled to, is what I meant to say. Like, you're seeing the impact in a futuristic sense. Like, this might be something little now, but it's going to mean something big to someone else. Like, you're seeing the grand scheme. That's beautiful energy. I love that. And if you're not doing that, I feel like the advice they really want you to hit home, like start doing things from other people's perspective, how it will change their life or how it will affect their futures and not just yours. If you're in the position to make someone happy or give them a moment or give them healing or help or aid in some way, I feel like you're going to be called to do that. Answer those calls, and I feel like majority of you are. I feel like perhaps this might have been your energy through your whole life, but they're really talking about career right now and what you love to do. So for those of you like in this funk where you're not really liking your job, like that really hinders your whole life, and I can relate. I do not like my job at all. I don't want to retire at this job. And I feel like a lot of this is where people are at after COVID. Like there is no opportunities that was here before. You know what I mean? The whole world changed, and I feel like a lot of us got stuck taking jobs just because we have to have a job, and the world's like going and going, but it's still not back. It's still not like it was, and I don't think it ever will be, and that's a realism that's hitting for all of us. So, and now we're coming out of this, well, wait a minute. I don't have to just have this job just to have a job. There's more options. Other states are opening up. Like, I don't know where you live, but it's just like, wait a minute. I don't want to do this forever. If anything, we've learned how short life is and how much we can lose in a second. And I think a lot of our decisions are changing. I think a lot of our work became about making money and stacking up our money and our resources because of the fear of what if there's another pandemic? What if the world shuts down? Is this job going to be something that is included as an essential worker? Am I going to be able to have insurance? Am I going to be able to have enough money in my bank if the government doesn't help us out? So we just became like obsessively overworkers, picking up shifts, making money. We needed that safety net. We needed the money safety net. We needed to have food in our house. We needed to have a stockpile of supplies. And this happened for a while. And for some of you, it's still happening. It's that constant fear of tomorrow the world could shut down, and what would I do? I would be alone, or I wouldn't be able to survive, or, you know, what does the future look like? Everything's chaos. There's this energy of really needing protection, whether that is emotional protection by finding a life partner so you don't have to be alone in things, so life isn't so daunting and scary and heavy to carry by yourself, or you're learning in a relationship to, for some of you, I feel like there's like a power struggle going on. and I feel like some of you this is about work, and some of you this is like a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend. So I'm gonna explain both sides. For the boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like it's you both want to be in control, or you both feel the need to be doing something to feel safe, but in doing those things, it's directly pulling you apart. The very things that you feel that you need to be safe are destroying your relationship. And the people at work, where it's like a work situation, it might be like a literal power struggle of who's in charge now, because everything could be shifting around. But I just feel like majority of you, that power struggle is you and your job. Like, is this my thing? Because I just don't want to do this every day. And a lot of us are feeling that. You're definitely not alone if that's hitting true for you. We're all just like waiting for a world that's never going to come back. When is COVID going to end? Well, it ended, but we're never going to be the same. And that's a really hard truth for all of us to learn, myself included. The world became about just working to survive and not working because you love. And we need to go back to doing what we love to do and not working just to survive. We need to come out of panic survival mode, especially in our career choices, myself included. We all have that fear of letting go of something stable and trying something new because we were forced to give everything up. So we grip onto things too tight, and we don't know when to let go because we are traumatized. The government has given us PTSD, and they're not ever going to fix it. They demonstrated the power that at any moment they can take our world away, and we have no control. No control about our jobs, our health, told to be stuck inside, told lies. We don't trust the government. There's all this unrest, and that creates unrest in ourselves and unrest in our lives, which then goes into unrest in our relationships and our work environments. If no one feels safe, if everybody's doing things just to survive, if you're in constant fight or flight mode, what kind of life is that for us? Or for you? Use this time to get your life, home, and body in order. Everything is up in the air, so just focus on bettering you until it's clearer. Yeah, you have a lot of change going on. You could be getting out of relationships. You could be having career shifts, changes. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you're just thinking about getting a new job. You're just questioning. Everything is so up in the air in your mind, or you literally have a lot of tower moments going on. I'm feeling a lot of separations, a lot of divorce in the collective. That also happened during COVID, and everybody, I keep going back to this, but I just feel like it's so relevant to the stem of what's going on with you. Spending too much time or not enough time is playing here. In relationships, either you spent too much time apart, you grew apart, too much went on in the relationship for it to be fixed for some of you, and there's just like this stagnant energy of someone just not wanting to let go, or just this constant war of vindictiveness and hurt being launched back at each other. Or this is a work environment between like you and your boss of, I want to work less, I want more time at home, like my life isn't just about work, like I have to have a life too. You could be frustrated and really trying to be vocalizing your needs, and you just feel like they're not being heard, or you just feel like there's so much going on, and everything in your world and your life and your mind is doing this, and Spirit's calling you to do this. That earth energy of be still, let everything fall. You're running around trying to catch everything falling from the sky, and you're wasting so much energy. Stop, step back, let it fall. Look at what's on the ground. What do you feel like picking up? Just pick that up. Leave what you don't feel like picking up, leave it on the ground. That's not meant for you. Oh, you feel like picking that up? Pick that up. You can't save everything. Not everything can come with you. Let the cards fall. let the towers fall, let the dust settle, and just know that you're going to be all right. Right now, all you need to do is focus on bettering your mind space, mental health, your physical body, your physical health, your daily routine, parenting, friendships, building bonds with people that are really there for you and care for you. Like, love thyself and love the people who are true to you. That's your focus right now. You're playing it cool, but you're very scared about what is going on. Start saving and planning just in case. Your instincts are there for a reason. I feel like there's a lot of relationship stuff going on. For some of you, this is like dividing of assets, and it's getting pretty nasty for some of you out there. I feel like if you are officially legally separated, start banking your own money, because legally, once you officially, at least in the United States and most states, once you officially financially separate, that money becomes yours, but you have to be legally separated and financially separated for that to be true. So they could be calling you to make sure you are officially, legally, and financially separated from a person and start a record of the last date of when the relationship was for assets in court. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to tell you this, but I will say what I feel the need to say. But you're very scared about change. Change is not easy for anyone, but I feel like this relationship is very toxic. I feel like there's kids involved, and you feel very, very fucking guilty about that, which any parent would. This is calling to me. I'm calling it. You can still be a good parent and still be a dedicated career person. It's all about the balance. Finding balance for what works for you and your kids. I mean, no wonder why it was pulling at me. They're talking about kids and family. It's like, I think somebody made you feel guilty. I feel like I'm talking to the providers of the family. The ones out there that like traveled, made the money. I feel like this person financially depended on you, or it was just a sense of your career was very important, and it always seemed to butt into the relationship, and that's why the relationship failed. This person could never accept who and what you are. You're not someone who's ever going to be okay with giving up your career, nor should you have to, because Spirit is saying you can be that dedicated to your career, and you can have the family that you want, but you have to have that with the right person. And I think you're condemning yourself for damage done for walking away or making decisions because of your children. If your children weren't there, I don't feel like you would feel bad about leaving this person. I strongly feel like it's always better for the kid for parents to separate and not be in a fake home. Because although it's going to be rocky, it's never smooth for any kid. It's never smooth for any spouse. You're going to have to go through counseling. You're going to have some work. But you put that work in, and everybody is going to wind up okay. Your kids are going to see both of you happy and in love with other people, and that life goes on. I feel like people who come from divorce homes are, as tragic as it is, we are so fucking more resilient than kids who come from homes like, maybe it's just because we understand that not everything lasts and that it's okay to fail, and we see it in our lives in ways that people who grew up with married families don't. I feel like you also come from a family that probably is still together. Like, divorce is like, huh? You don't do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So that would make you feel even more guilty, but I really feel like this is what's best for you. And that's why you made this decision. And a lot of your guilt comes from the pain that you know that your children are going to feel. And you can't protect them from that. And every parent just wants to protect their kid from being hurt. But you're not, like, it doesn't matter if you guys stay together. You're not going to be able to protect your kids from their first breakup, or the bully making them feel bad about themselves, or somebody being a chauvinistic or a racist prick. Like, you can't protect them from hurt. It's just not possible. You can't keep them in a bubble. So instead, teach them how to rise above the hurt. Teach them that no matter what change comes into their life, that they can adapt and that they're going to be okay. And do that by making sure you're okay. By putting the work into yourself, by loving yourself, by doing what you need to do for your mental wellness, your physical health. That's all going to be better for your kid. That's making you better. That's making you stronger and ultimately live a longer life to be here for your kid. People who are in miserable, high-stress, toxic relationships die of heart attacks or have heart disease. You know, it's not, stress does bad shit to your body. And you're doing you and your kids a world of good if you're coming out of something extremely toxic. If you're fighting around your kids, that's going to give your kids stress and anxiety. And you're better to correct it now than let it play out forever. I just feel like Spirit is giving you the thumbs up, giving you the hug that you need. Like, really stop beating yourself up and focus on the fact that you can love your career and love what you do and still be a good parent. You can make the family work for you, but not everybody's going to get to come with you for that to work. So you pick the wrong person. Everybody picks the wrong person except the rare occasional ones that get it right the first time. Lucky bastards. You know what I mean? All eyes on you lately. You may not be aware, but you're making a big impression with your work. They're seeing your worth. So if you want to impress somebody, I feel like you are, or just people in general are seeing that, oh my God, you're such, they see that you're doing things for a futuristic reason. They see that you're doing things to make other people happy and to make an impression. I just feel like people are like, aw. I don't know what you're doing, collective, but they're just like, I don't know. Right. Go you, because that's always a good reaction when someone's like, it's not a bad one. Luck is turning in your favor. Take some chances and see what comes your way. I think that's what you've been doing, especially, maybe that's what you just been listening to Spirit. Spirit says this and you go and do it. And it's really improving your career because you're listening, you're channeling, you're doing your purpose. They're proud of you. Luck will continue to turn in your favor when you respond and react to your instincts. They reward you. They give you those instincts to do something, and when you do that, they're like, you know what I mean? They're like, yes, thank you. Speak with love. You're a little wound up or angry. Breathe before you say things you don't mean. Oh, that was the energy of, I just need to breathe. See how it all comes back around. This person, again, I guess it could be like a boss or someone you work with, but for majority of you, I feel like this is somebody you're leaving that you have kids with, baby mama, baby daddy, or just a relationship that's splitting. Could be family members, could be best friends, just not going well. It's getting dark. It's your dark 30. Even if you're trying to keep a lid on it, around you, between the two of you, it is nasty. This person is just either being low down rude and just saying, I think they poke and prod you. They just want to hurt you. Hurt people. This person is very hurt, you're very hurt. So you're just throwing daggers at each other. You guys aren't getting nowhere. This is your relationship. Is it driving you crazy? Yeah, I bet you are going crazy if this is your life every fucking day. Do you want me to stop? Speak with love. Drop the hatchet. Drop the sword. Let them just their own self into the wall. Until they're over it. Until they're like, oh, my head hurts. Okay, I need to stop for a minute. You just sit there and okay, I hear you. I don't agree, but I hear you. You don't have to concede. You don't have to give in. Just don't raise your voice. Don't say ugly, nasty words. Don't feed fire with more fire. Throw some water on that bitch, if you feel me. They are trying to make the fire. They're trying to stock the fire and add wood and just burn down everything you got. don't help them. Throw shit into the pile, if you feel me. So here's some details or sayings that are going to help me figure out some advice for you. We have cocoon mode, playing games, comfort food, take a bite, and poker faced. Cocoon mode is pulling that energy, that separation, getting away from this nasty, could be a boss, could be a job. Majority of you, I feel like it's girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, whatever. The person you are no longer sleeping with. They're playing a lot of games. They don't want to see you happy with someone else. They don't want to see you moving in a new direction. You could be trying to protect something from them. You could be eating your feelings. I just stuffed a whole mini, it was like a heart-shaped strawberry shortcake. I ate all of it. All of it. I just sat and watched New Amsterdam. Like, I kept taking breaks. I'd put it down, I'd watch more, and I'd pick it up and eat more. But yeah, not good for the diet. Comfort food is helpful. Like, just don't do it every day. Like, that was my cheat. You know, I don't get another cheat until next weekend, so I'm disciplining myself. Don't feel guilty. Don't beat yourself up if you're, like, body shaming yourself. Spirit's like, nay. Be patient with yourself. Again, Bailey Sarian. Sorry, I love her. Nay. Not to steal her shit. Bailey Sarian is amazing. And if you like true crime, you should watch her shit. Bailey Sarian. Murder, mystery, and makeup. Or dark history. Both very cool. Plug because I said her shit. I feel like I should. Anyway, take a bite. So, I feel like you want to start something new. You want to get yourself out there. Or you are taking a bite as in you just left. You just separated yourself, or you just started vocalizing yourself like, I can't do this anymore. Taking a bite towards my freedom or freeing myself. I feel like there's this protective energy, like either you're protecting something in your career or a love space or both, because you're not showing something. You're not showing your feelings, or you're trying to read someone and you can't. Let's get more. We have I want to date, good personality, nervous, anxiety, and player. You want to put yourself out there. You might have someone in mind that you're keeping to yourself until you're out of your situation. Someone you feel who has a really good personality, or this is what you're trying to work on, getting yourself out of a funk. We have player. I feel like some of you got cheated on by this person. Fuck them dickholes. Can I just say that on your behalf? I hate cheaters. Like, why can't you just be like, it's over? I mean, I get it. If you were in a situation like me and you had to, like, baby step for, like, your own protection, totally get it. Like, but if you're just, like, grimy, no. But, or someone might think someone else is a player, or could be trying to project that image to somebody that you like here. Or this could be you playing the field, putting yourself out there in your career, like just seeing what works, because I'm getting those vibes as well. Or just like seeing what jobs are out there. Or this is you just, I want to date and I don't want to settle. Like, I don't want commitment, I just want sex right now. I feel like that's someone's vibe out there. I have a good personality. I'm not a dog, but I just don't want to do it might give you anxiety to be in a relationship. You might still have relationship trauma, but for the rest of you, this nervous anxiety comes from that spouse, that thing you're breaking away from. All of this mess is just so your soul. All right, let's get into the cards and really narrow down what we're trying to say here. Let's go over here. Let's talk about the viewer and their inside stuff right now. Inner feelings. Freedom. You want freedom. You feel stuck. You feel caged. Either in a job or in a relationship or just in a life circumstance. You could be feeling stuck stuck financially, stuck in a contract. You want to move away from something. Liberation. I mean, I can't make this shit up. You want your freedom. You want out of this contract, this marriage, this business, this life plan you thought was your thing that didn't end up being your thing. You could be literally getting divorced. Right action. So some of you are taking action right now on that liberation, getting financially, legally separated. Expansiveness, yeah. On some of you, this is about your career. Could be like you're breaking away from the norm. You could be like doing things your own way, even if it pisses your boss off. But I feel like it's the right action for your career because it's getting positive results in your career, and it's helping you blow up and get more attention. For some of you, like I said, it was that I need to get out of this relationship. It's not good for me. You're currently doing that, and you're starting to feel free. You're starting to feel hope again. Because the more you're away from this person, the more your thoughts kind of come back to yourself. But we have grief, faith, and ease. So some of you could have been dealing with a literal death, grief here. That could have been a big factor in a relationship ending. When you lose someone, especially if it's like a child or someone that you were both close with, that can cause a real big strain on your relationship. But it could just be expressing that even though you know it has to end, you're grieving the idea of your initial thought of a family didn't work out. You could perhaps have had children with this person, and you're grieving what you did to your kids. There's that guilt again. But there's this faith and ease. Something has given you hope or ignited something that is starting to make you come out of that guilt trip and make you see the truth, which is you're only going to make yourself better for your kids by finding someone to love and who loves you correctly and loving yourself and being a positive light. You can only control yourself, and karma's going to catch up to the ones like just being shitty to you. All you got to do is follow your heart, speak with love, put love into the situation, and that karma won't bite you in the foot. Anyone who, when you're coming in a loving, active, not hostile way, and someone just keeps coming at you hostile and unrelenting and unforgiving and being vindictive, they're earning horrible karma. It might not come the moment we want it to, but something's going to happen in their life and they're going to have to eat that moment. Just all you need to do is make sure that you're not creating that moment for yourself too. Allow the love that you want to grow hope within yourself. Stop trying to talk yourself out of things because the idea that you're not deserving or that you're stuck. Let's get some more details. What's going on in the viewer's life that we should talk about? Suffering. Whatever you're stuck in, this is so toxic. This person is insufferable, or this job is insufferable. Something is suffocating, unfair, unrelenting, just like energy vampire, dark ass shit. But I'm also feeling alone and sadness, suffering in silence. There's a lot of competition. You could be taking a hit in the career space, or there's competition. You got cheated on. There's a third party here for some of you. Can you clarify what the suffering is about? Business. Okay. Venus also talks about love. So you could be in a power couple situation. You could have a marriage and a business with this person. And it's suffering because you have to pick one, either the marriage or the business. Others of you, your relationship suffered because you chose work, or they just didn't understand your work. That was like the downfall of it here. But I think you're suffering doing what you do. There's like a burnt out energy. It could be why you're rebelling lately. What's this competition? Somebody, I feel like, hurt your feelings in the workspace too. Something about your career. Self-control in reverse. It's like you go back to like bad versions of yourself or bad habits. You're being triggered. Tell me more. Why are we being triggered? New life. Okay, so this is that third party. Either you want something new with someone else, or you just want that single life, and this person isn't having it. They're just trying to throw everything they can at you. They're just trying to hold you up here. And this is very frustrating. It's knocking you on to lower vibes. You're reacting to this person. You're frustrated and you're having a hard time containing it. Spirit saying this is the majority of the holdup while this person keeps getting the upper hand. You gotta come at them with kindness. They're not gonna... Like, it's so hard. I know it's so hard when someone's like screaming at you and just being irate and rude. It's so hard to just be calm and still. But I'm telling you, it just pisses them off. They don't know how to react. And at the same time, like, you're not giving them fuel. So they can't keep going if they have nothing to keep going with. Bravado. This is you having to stick up to this person and stand up to... You do not compete, collective. You do not ever need to compete for anything or anyone. What is right for you as far as love, who is right, and who should you be with? The person that doesn't ask you to change a good goddamn thing about you and accepts everything, even the dark parts. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody who tries to fit you into a body type or fit you into a social standard or fit you into a society. They're trying to squeeze you in a box. How is that you being you? And how is that them accepting you for who you are if they're trying to conform you into something? Now, I'm not saying that when you get into relationships, especially if there's a lot of difference, you're going to have to make concessions. You're going to have to do things that you didn't normally do, and that's fine. I feel like that just gives you life experience. But when it comes to the important things, like your career and your work ethic and what you feel is important and how you parent and how you view relationships and what you think is important, if they attack that, if they threaten that, if they make you feel like shit for that, that person is horrible. That is a karmic. Get the out. Point blank. Period. Stand up for yourself. I do not need to compete for you. I do not have to compete for my one. I will not compete. I don't deal with no third party shit. I don't chase no motherfucker. Ever. On this planet. They all run for me. The one person who doesn't fucking run, that's my one. That's how I know. Let them run. Let them be petty little fuckers. Bye, petty little fuckers. You're not my one. I don't need to keep you. I don't need to cling on to you. I do not need you. You don't need it. You don't need to compete. If it's your career, your artistry, your work, or whatever you do is yours and your own. Your magic can't be taken from you. Your craft can't be taken from you. You're going to have a uniqueness that someone else doesn't have. There's always going to be someone on top, but that top, it's always going to be changing. Everyone's going to have a moment in the light. You need to accept when other people have their moment, and you need to accept that you also deserve that moment when it's yours, and it's going to come and go. You don't need the light on you to shine all the time. Just keep shining and doing you. And there are going to be people in this world that see that realism and appreciate it. Nobody can steal shit from you. collective, and you don't need to compete for nobody's time, nobody's energy. If they don't appreciate what you bring to the motherfucking table, then they don't need a fucking seat at yours. You fire them. How about that? I'm getting amped. Let me calm down. I feel like you're very amped. Let's see what you need to surrender at this time. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Listen to your body. It's like the best fucking compass. When there is a karmic dickhole, there will be something inside that's just like... Even if you ignore it for a minute, it's going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep nagging you until finally you're like, ew, what are we doing here? And then you leave. So listen to that. If you're having to make a decision between two things or two people, who makes you feel like shit and who makes you like, the one that makes, go. The one that makes you feel like shit, bye. Richard, Felicia. This is popping. Surrender to denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. Like, accept. That's going to be fucking hard to get out of your situation. Or it's going to be hard to start something new. You're going to have to be vulnerable. You're going to have to put yourself out there. Accept this. Surrender that you have what it takes, that you can do it. You need to surrender that you're unworthy of love, that love isn't going to come, like, love isn't real. I don't think it exists. I'm never going to find it again. If you keep saying that, that's what you're going to manifest, home slice. No. I'm going to find love again when I'm ready. Love will come into my life. I don't need to worry about it. I just need to do me and make myself happy. Make my kids happy. Make my dog happy. Whatever. Surrender to your full power. Stand in your ground. Stand in your power, but with kindness. Because I feel like this person is very... surrender to wonder and awe. This person is very hostile naturally. Don't fuel their already nasty, over-intense fire. You need to douse them motherfuckers with that fireman hose, the ones that hurt. Kill them with kindness. Oh, are you hot? Fucker. I feel like it's not nice to say things about those people, but you need to release some of this anger in a healthy way. That's what I do when I'm mad. I picture, like, if I could make somebody's body a balloon and just, like, take their neck and just be like, and let it go, and they're just like, in the air. It makes me giggle, and I feel better. It's rude, but do I say it out loud to anyone else? No, and I giggle, and my anger goes away. I don't feel like that's negative. If anything, it's fucking hilarious. I entertain. My head is a TV show. All day in there, I'm entertaining myself. Like, I don't need stuff. Like, this is enough. Just never stops in there. I wish it would. I would probably sleep more. And sometimes I even... No, I'm not going to say that. Well, fuck that. I can't not say it now. Sometimes, way back when I haven't slept with anyone in 2 years, if you've been watching my channel, but I used to, like, plan out my day during booty. And still get my rocks off. It's a constant multitasker in there. Like, damn it, can't I just do this one thing? Can I just pay attention, please? But, that probably speaks volumes. Anyway, surrender to wonder and awe. I'm not saying it's just his responsibility. Just not into each other, There's signs when relationships are bad that we totally ignore. This might be relevant for you. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. It's like, you're surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Don't hide, don't cower, no matter who's got what to say. Do you, boo-boo? You're being called. Step up to the plate. Home slice. Take that swing. Aim for the fences. Do this like Babe Ruth because you're going to nail it. And they're going to be like, oh my God, there's a new Babe Ruth in town. Good for you, collective. And surrender to things that can be good in your life, that can happen good for you. Like you can find love again. Magic does exist. Like you can get butterflies and feelies. And I feel like, oh God, cottonmouth's so hard right now. But that sounds so wrong. Why do I say things like that? Why do I have to have a dirty mind that's like... I don't know which one's worse. My mouth or my mind? Let's see. What do we need to know about whatever this difficult thing that you're trying to step away from, whether it's a relationship, a job? What do we need to know about this, Spirit? Transition. Release attachments to what was and prepare for what is to come. Yes, they're just relating that you're in transition away from this person. You are currently separating, or you're mentally deciding that you're done with something. Everything is in a transition, and everybody has to go through their transition differently. All you can control is your reaction and how you react to change and how you embrace this change in your life. If they want to be a psychotic and nutball, then they can go be a psychotic nutball by themselves. You don't need to go be a nutball too. Just course correct yourself into your own lane. Let them go off on their own lane and speed off into whatever crazy mess they want to get themselves into. That's their responsibility. They're going to have to work through the steps and do their own work. You need to focus on yourself. And if you are a parent, you need to focus on now your role as a single parent. So when you have time with your kids, if you're sharing time or if you have them full time, like just keep reassuring them that you love them and that change is hard for everybody. Just keep talking to them. Keep opening that dialogue. How are you feeling? How can I help you through this? What can I do? And if they are too little, just the more you act like it's okay and normal when they're little, the more they're going to react to you and be like, okay, well, if they're not upset about it, then I don't need to be upset about it. When they feel your stress and they hear you're fighting, that's when it becomes, like think about when your kid hurts yourself and you're like, it's okay, we'll get you a Band-Aid. Their reaction is completely different when you're like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere. And they're like, ah. Your reaction very much plays a lot on your kid's reaction. So keep that in mind, especially if they're little. If they're older and, like 5, 6, I'm like, listen, I know this is a big change for you. How are you feeling? Talk to your kids. Like, everybody thinks that we shouldn't be treating them like adults, and yes, when you sit down with your kids, there's a different tone and different things that you say, but when it comes to talking about their emotions, that's not too adult for your children. You're teaching them at a young age that they need to express what they feel and that it's okay to do so, and that they can come to you like, Dad, Mom, like, I feel sad because you're not here to tuck me in, or you and Mom always fight, or you and Dad always fight. Like, they need to be heard. That's very helpful in their transition. So I think you got a lot caught up in the actual ending of this situation and maybe haven't been focusing so much on the kids' feelings. They could be telling you to course correct and be like, one of you has to take responsibility and come out of that angry phase, or at least make more of an effort not to do it around the children. But if it's not about marriage, this is a transition. This could be like you maybe going back to school for a promotion or a new career, or trying to find something else because you're just not happy, or you're changing how you're doing. Maybe you've always done your career one way and now you're like putting more boundaries. Maybe you want to be home more, because we have house, home. Come home to the residence of your soul renaissance. This is like coming home to yourself, and also creating a if you are stepping out of a relationship and you are a parent, I feel like creating a stable home on your side of things is going to be helpful and beneficial to your growth and your kids, to know that when they come to you, they have a stable place, and when they go to the other person, they have a stable place. Establishing a safe place so they can physically see that mom and dad, or mom and mom, dad and dad are okay, that they have everything. That also comforts your kids. Also having fun with a new home. Like, look, you have a room at mom's and you have a room at dad's, or dad, mom, I don't discriminate. Why don't you decorate that room, and you can decorate a room here. Like, try to make it help them embrace the change in artistic expression and see the positive in things and not so much the negative. But I feel like this is also calling you to follow what feels right. Make the right moves for you, and not the peanut gallery, or not because you are stuck in something. Key, seek no further. Your aha moment is at hand. Some of you are making a decision, especially about who you're going to love, or what your future is going to look like. A lot of you are making changes in your career schedule and how you do things, and how you parent, or maybe you're working more. Maybe you're coming out of a relationship and you're like, you know what, maybe I don't want a family, maybe I just want a career. So some of you are doing that shift. But the answers you need are coming, or you're going to be speaking some truth. You could be getting keys to a new house. You could be moving. Some of you might be selling a house, in transitions between homes. Could be having some money troubles, but that's not for everyone. Okay. I feel like you're either trying to get somebody out of your home, or you're trying to establish, like, if you do have kids with this person, it's like you're trying to get them set up into their own home, but you also need to do this for yourself. Bathroom, flush away all that no longer serves you. You just want this thing out of your life. You're done with it. They're not necessarily done with it, but you are. I just heard flush the bullshit. Like, you're both holding on to certain things at certain times. Let's clarify. What's this transition? What do we need to know about that? Naked, dare to bear all. Dare to tell the truth. Some of you need to tell the truth some of you are just stuck in your mind. You want to be free, and you haven't physically said, I want a divorce, or I want to leave, or I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice, or here's my resignation. Like, why can't I say that word right now? Resignation. There we go. What the? Anyway. But you got to speak your truth. You got to own it. If you want change, that's what it takes. What's this key? Seek no further. Your aha moment is at hand. Internet. Embrace the fact that you are the world. Something, you're going to get some kind of sign or some kind of information on the internet. Maybe it's like email. You might read a message on this person's phone. You might get information about something that this person did that could help get this person to end things. Or you maybe just communicate through email if you can't keep it friendly. This could be long distance. You could be longing for somebody here. You could be getting clarity from someone you actually want. That maybe you just have an internet relationship going on while you're trying to get out of something else. Or you're talking to other companies, like trying to secure a contract or employment with them while you're still working with someone else. Let's see, what's this house, home? Let's see if we can get some more flying. Arise and see a higher point of view. Some of you need to speak up and literally say you're done, that this relationship isn't healthy for you, your kids, them. And some of you need to speak up and say that we've been dragging our feet too long. We're literally not getting anywhere. Like, we need to think about how we can do this and still have respect for each other. What's this bathroom? Gift, be present. It's like they might be calling to you to rise above and do the kind of impossible. Like, just kind of erase the slate clean and be like, look, we've been nasty to each other. This has all been hard. Love, work, doesn't matter. This has all been shitty, and look, it isn't working. We're bumping heads. We're not getting anywhere. We're taking it out on each other. We're just being nasty. This is not who I am. This is not who you are. I don't want this for you. I don't want this for me. Like, I just want to get to the point where, you know, you can talk to me, tell me what you need. I can talk to you, tell you what I need, and we can find a way to coexist and accept the fact that us together existing just isn't healthy. It doesn't mean I don't love you, doesn't mean I don't respect you, or it doesn't mean I don't respect this company, or that I don't appreciate what this company, you know what I mean? Place where the shoe fits, but it's time. It's time to say that, to get that off your chest. It's like you're in this stagnancy. You're keeping yourself stuck for some of you. And for some of you, you're stuck in that stagnancy of toxic because you haven't put the war hammer down, or the war drum down, to try to make peace. We have seeker of truth, self-sabotage, and natural-born leader. Seeker of truth. You can feel the hidden truth behind your circumstances. Everything's telling you that this relationship, this thing is just wrong for you. You can't even ignore the signs anymore. It's just blatant in your face. Like, I think people in your life are even like, why? You know what I mean? Environment. Now is a good time to clear, clean, and declutter your environment. Some of you, I feel like, are going to be speaking some truth about a separation. Maybe you haven't told people, but you're just trying to seek the truth right now, what you should do. For a majority of you, this is all inner dialogue, or you could be discussing it with people who you feel is safe, like a safe environment. This is also getting out of a nasty, toxic environment, and I'm almost feeling like an element of like whiplash, like PTSD, like somebody really put you through it, or the situation's been so stressful that you kind of had to bow for a minute. Self-sabotage. You may be creating pain for yourself by standing in your own way. That's that of, well, I got married to this person, so now I have to be with them for life. Really? Why? Who told you that? Did somebody come out of the sky and orb into your living room and say, you cannot get divorced? Does your heart tell you that you want to be divorced? That's what you listen to. Not a book, not what another human, Homo sapien, says. No. Don't listen to the peanut gallery. I'm not, I always root for relationships to work, but I really feel like everything in your life is so toxic because of this thing. You're so miserable. You're so unhappy, but so are they. And so are your kids. For some of you. Well, let's get a clarifier. What's the self-sabotage? Universal bank. Everything you need to thrive is already here. Okay, so maybe you're thinking that you don't have enough to offer, or that you're not good enough. It's like that element of putting someone on a platter above you. Oh, boo-boo. Everything you need for your person you already have. The person who loves you correctly doesn't love you for your things or what you can give them. They love you for who you are and the joy and the light that you bring to their life. If people are just focused on stuff, like that should be first clue, like, ew. No. Natural born leader. What is this about? Time to lighten up. You may be taking life too seriously. You're trying to... It's like... I think you're just trying to impress people and just be a better person, but to the point of exhausting yourself. Maybe you're just filling up your schedule because you don't want to go home. You don't want to deal with stuff. I do that too sometimes. And sometimes it's good to like just get some work hours and get your mind off of it, but don't use it as a crutch. You can't keep doing it. Ooh, the quest. Plunge boldly into life. You need to go for it. Or you are going for it. You're being pulled to go towards something or start something new, or you have something new coming in. This could be an offer. 2 talks about partnerships. The magic zone, the exhilaration of discombobulation. Somebody either came into your life and shook it up. This is like an otherworldly connection. Might have woken you up spiritually, or this is what is coming into your life once you get out of this difficult situation you find yourself in. I'm going to clarify, but let's get a few more. Eyes on the prize. Trust the guidance of your North Star. Trust that instinct. Trust spirit, your connections. You are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. Ooh, that's a good card. Let me get one more and then we'll do some clarifiers. Time for a quantum leap. Prepare for a makeover. So this quest, like I said, you just want out of a situation. You want freedom. You want to start a new chapter, and that's definitely what's going to be happening for you once you get out of this stagnant energy. Tell me more about this quest. What are we plunging into, Spirit? The unknown is your friend. Lean in and embrace what's next. It's like either you want to go after someone and you have no idea if it's worth it or how they feel, and you kind of feel like you don't want to make a move because what if it's just one-sided? You would have risked everything. But, what is your gut telling you? What is your soul? The unknown isn't scary. It's your friend. Look at it as an excitement, as possibilities, and not daunting and doom. Get out of your head, basically. The magic zone. What's this about? The exhilaration of discombobulation. This is like someone shaking you up. This is your life being shook up. Celebrate the sacred gap. Give thanks for buffer time. This is about doing you and working on self-love and raising your vibrations and just being single, being separated, stepping away from the toxicity, letting the anger simmer down, having that time to reflect and think about what you really want. Celebrate yourself. Have a little fun. Like I said, a lot of you are getting separated or taking time off from work. Enjoy it. Do things that you need for you. Right now, I just feel like you need to hug yourself and work on healing for the next part. Weird is the new cool. Boldly express your uniqueness. Eyes on the prize. It's like you have something or someone in mind. You have a goal in mind. You're keeping it very close to the chest because I don't even see much about it. But it's like you're kind of digging yourself more, or you're letting yourself out of the box more. You're showing your personality more. You're letting your weird out. Yay, I love it when people let their weird out. But this is, I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do my own thing no matter who says what about it. This is you really coming out of that wanting to be a people pleaser or living up to other people's expectations. This could be near future or currently, but it's like you want to go towards something. And you want to do it authentically. You are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. What's this about? Might be getting an invite or a Valentine's Day surprise. Breadcrumbs of bliss. Stand up and be recognized. Ocean of emotion. North Star. Ooh, you see someone as your one. Or this is someone coming into your life rather quickly. either once you're freed, you're coming towards this North Star. Didn't they say something else? Yeah. Eyes on the prize. Trust the guidance of your North Star. Somebody's giving you advice that you really trust. You might be inviting them to come spend some time with you to help figure stuff out, or you could be getting an invite from them. You have strong feelings for this person. You feel like they might be an empath, maybe even psychic, or have a past life connection. You want to stand up for them. Maybe you want to defend them. You might even want to say thank you, or perhaps this is what they're saying to you. This could be someone you've been breadcrumbing, putting on the back burner because you're dealing with something. You could be feeling guilty about that. Okay. Or this could be like you are finally coming out publicly that you are separating. Time for a quantum leap. Prepare for a makeover. Let's see what this is about. I do see you spending time working on yourself, working on your health, your body, mental space. So those of you that have been doing that work, I feel like something strong is coming in for you. Ooh, me time, yes. I feel like that quantum leap is you are getting separated. You are putting up that boundary of this is toxic and I need to get away. Some of you are taking that out of that headspace currently and saying, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to move out, or you're going to move out, or I'm quitting, or you're fired, or whatever it is you're vocalizing. Let's see what the shadow work you need to work on to close out your reading. The child I was meant to be. Ooh. This has a lot to do with how you see yourself as a parent. For those of you who do have kids, there's a lot of guilt and stress about the damage you feel you're causing your kids. And I keep telling you this, but I think you need to hear it. Like, imagine yourself healed from this, stepped away from the divorce. You're solid. You have a solid home. You're in a relationship with someone who loves you and loves equal give and take, and your person has their home and they're with someone solid and they're happy. Imagine your kid's life with 2 new people who come in and love them. You know, parents that can get along and coexist, and that at mom's house they're good, at dad's house they're good, or mom, dad, like the stability of all of that, like it's gonna happen. It's rocky. Change is always rocky, but we as humans are resilient, and so are children. Children are far more resilient than we give them credit for. It's all how we teach them and guide them through it. You just got to take your kids' hands and walk them through the divorce because they're little and they don't understand. And it's not okay to ignore them and act like they don't get it and never address their feelings no matter how old they are. You should always have a discussion. We love you. You know, this isn't anything that you did, and there's no changing it. We love each other. We're friends, but we just want, to live in like whatever. You need to include your kids. You can't just act like. But I feel like this is also something you decided in yourself as a kid. You were never gonna allow someone to dictate what you did as far as career or what kind of family you had. This is also like you had a dream as a kid and you're not done living that dream, and you're not gonna settle for somebody who doesn't accept that. That's something you've deeply learned from this. That I feel like your career comes first. You want a family, and too many. I think you're realizing you can have both, but with the right person is what I'm getting at. Not everyone's gonna understand your career. Maybe you're recognizing that you have to be a bit more choosy. Fragmentation. You're in and out energy. It's like one day you're feeling ballsy and you're saying, I'm going to tell them this is going to be the day I step away from what is toxic and go towards what I want. But then at the last second, it's like you chicken out. Or you have really good positive days and then you resort back to I don't deserve it, and the guilt eats you up again. These are things you need to work on. Spirit says you're never going to manifest anything if you're keep going in and out. Once you make a decision, you got to stick with it. And bad thoughts are going to happen and bad things are going to happen, but you got to keep working the steps. Every time you have a bad thought about yourself, you have to replace it with a good thought. Downcast pride. This is about you feeling unworthy, feeling like you deserve like some kind of pain or punishment for a choice, but you're not put on this earth to be punished for making mistakes. Mistakes is how you find out who you are and how you learn. They put you on this earth knowing 100% fact that you're going to mess up several times a day. That's kind of our job as human beings. Just like children's. What the? Hocus pocus. I just saw, what are they called? Can't think of anything today. I'm so tired. Let me just keep it moving. But why do you always come back to the, I don't deserve this, or they're never going to want me, or I feel that a lot in these therapy sessions. So many out there. Why? Hiding your true self and fated to suffer. You feel like you're cursed. You feel like it's you. And it's because you're never your real true self. You never really truly say what you want or say what you feel. And it's like you pick options that are comfortable, and anyone who like shakes you up are people you avoid. Let's get some clarifiers. What's this? Any more we need to know about the child I was meant to be? Masquerade. Okay. So you've been hiding your true self since you since you were a child. Maybe you've never been yourself with anyone. Maybe you don't know yourself. But you're masking your feelings about a lot, about this toxic thing that needs to end, how you feel stuck. You could be pretending for your kids here. What's this fragmentation? Is this me? Yeah. It's your in and out. Like 1 minute you feel like you're in the right spot with this karmic situation. You think your family's good, like you'll have a good day with your family, but you still never feel whole. You never feel right. And the same thing about your work. Like, is this person my person? Is this the right job for me? It's like you're questioning everyone. You don't know yourself. You've lost your way. You've lost your inner compass. This is why Spirit's really calling for you to pull back from everything and everyone and focus on yourself. Self-love, self-care, get some therapy, make a vision board, try some hobbies, figure out who you are, get to know yourself. Downcast pride. Anything else we need to know about this? Queen of my world. For some of you, it's like your spouse. They might have came in like they're very loving, but at some point they became very frosty. And I feel like they've wounded, you don't feel sexy. You don't feel like the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you're into, is going to want you, and it's because of like words or how something or past relationships made you feel. And again, not feeling worthy of someone, or feeling like you're fated to get women who just, or men, because there's a woman on this card, but it can be men, fated to always pick the wrong ones. Like, it's me. There's something wrong with me. There's not something wrong with you. You just don't know who you are, so you're not picking people who are good for you because you don't know who you are. So how do you know who to pick if you don't know who you are? Hiding your true self. Ooh. Colorless angel. You are hiding the fact that you just don't feel fulfilled. There's no mojo. There's no excitement at home. There's no excitement at work. You're just like deadpan. You feel like a robot. You feel like somebody's sucking the life out of you. I won't cry for you. There's somebody cold and vindictive that just has no compassion. This could even be you to yourself. What's this fated to suffer? I feel like this is karmic. Perchance to dream. Yeah, this karmic wants to make you suffer. They don't want you to fulfill this dream. And a lot of what you're feeling of this coldness, I won't cry for you, this sucking the life out of me, that's true. This person could be using dark magic, or they're just that much of a fucking succubus of a shithole person that just being around them is toxic to your body. They're a literal, I can't make this up, a fucking parasite. They're leeching off you. They're spending your money. They're eating your joy like candy as you die miserably in the corner. Like, you're definitely seeing the truth, and some of you are in the near future are currently stepping away. Like, just keep going. Like, I feel like the more you get away and the more you establish yourself, the more free inside you're going to be, and the more vibrations are going to raise. It's like you keep going in and out of this funk because you're not completely unstuck from your situation. You need to get unstuck from this yucky karmic, whether it be a boss, a family member, a lover. They're bad for you. They're horribly toxic, and they're ruining your life. They're ruining your happiness. They're ruining your light that you exude, and they're stealing it for their own damn self. They don't care about you. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not sugarcoating it because you need to hear it. They're a poop, and you deserve better. I hope this was a good therapy session. I know it's hard. I know these topics are hard to hear, but they always come through with exactly what we need when we need it. They don't ever want to hurt you. Sometimes they just need to wake you up. And sometimes my delivery is a lot harder than they intend it to be, and they're just up there like, God damn it, Lizzie. So it's my fault sometimes. I'm sorry. I just am a blunt motherfucker, and I don't mean it. And I love you guys so much. Sometimes I just say things and I'm like, oh. That was Xena. I don't know what that was. Just comes out. Goddess energy. Look out! Anyway, I love you all. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one. I need to take a break. But perhaps I will shoot another one tonight. Anyway, I love you all. See you soon. If you like this, if it resonated, if you want more like this in the future, please give me a thumbs up below. If you like my energy, please subscribe. I would love to have you. To all my ride or die subscribers, I fucking love you. And be sure to check out my Valentine giveaway, which is in like 4 days. So, check it out. It says, attention, Valentine's giveaway. Watch it. It's like 8 minutes. See you all again soon. Love and light. Happy weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Toodaloo. Boo boo.